So, Darren,
Matthew.
you've been playing FIFA 18, I hear.
Yes, yes, I have. Um, do you know what? It's kind of a weird game the, when first playing it because I was first playing it and I was like, you know what? I'm just not sure if I get it, or I'm not sure if this is gonna be one of those FIFA games where I just don't, or I don't think I'll ever get it. Because on the face of it, it plays very different to the other games. Like,
Mm.
there's a massive difference on the passing rather than the movement. It's really difficult to kind of put your head down and run at people. Like, if you try and do that, even with quick players, because I've got the Ronaldo edition where
Mm.
you kind of get him on loan, you can have him on the wing. I mean, he's pretty quick. I mean, his stats are what? Pace 90?
Yeah.
So you put him on the wing, have him run down, and he'll still be cut out by like lesser defenders. So you have to work more as a team, more of an individual. I like
Mm.
it, but it's very different to the other FIFAs.
Yeah, because I
Like,
think like
really different.
previous FIFAs, you could literally just loft the ball to your quick player and then just throw a few skill moves in
Exactly.
there and take a shot.
You could easily like pick it up with, let's say, some striker, some pacey striker, and just like run at people, bang in the top corner, and that was it. It got frustrating really quickly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, I know about that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so so more of an emphasis on working as a team rather than just loft it to your best player and then.
Yeah, I mean, there's been different changes throughout how the team plays. I mean, there's been a big overhaul with the defense. So
Mm.
the defense has got a whole new range of animations. So or, like, so the defense will try and come in, and instead of like trying to awkwardly stand there trying to block the ball, they'll try and interact with how the ball's being played around them.
Mm.
But with saying that, if it was really
Yeah,
slow at the beginning because it's so different. You could like players can easily just pass round you, and you're still stuck in animation trying to turn
yeah,
around, and it just feels really like obviously because we've all got used to the old game, it just feels incredibly unnatural.
yeah. It's just taking some time to get used to, really.
Yeah, um, the forward play hasn't really changed much. The emphasis of FIFA 18 is really from the back.
Mm. So they kind of focused on the defence and midfield a little bit more than rather than just the striking.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's taken a back. I mean, it's pretty much the same as last year.
any other differences between this year's game and last year's game?
Um, Not massive changes. I mean, it's PES and FIFA every year. I mean, they're out every year, so I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really make much changes. Um, Not really. I mean, the sound engineering is completely overhauled, and that is probably one of the best things about this game.
Mm.
Like the sound just is incredible because, like, say if you're going on the attack, like say you just run into the area, the crowd will start to pick up, so you feel
Yeah.
momentum, or they'll boo a player who's just been tearing your defense apart, and the and like there's proper emphasis on when the ball's being hit.
Mm.
So is the sound even has just been completely overdone, and it's beautiful. Like with the right setup, you can feel like you put your sofa in the middle of the stadium. That is,
That's
it was it was much needed.
nice. And also, they've also continued on with their single player bit, which they brought in last year, the journey. Did you play much of it, or did you kind of hate it with a passion?
What? Well, I played through it last year, and I've started playing it this year. And do you know what? You know what the problem is I, it's a fine mode. It's fine. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it adds like a different kind of layer. It's
Yeah.
nice having a FIFA story. But my problem is I really hate Alex Hunter. I just can't like him. There's just something about him that he's just really, he has no personality whatsoever. And I just can't get on board with it. Like, problem is with the story is they've tried so hard to make him seem like such a likable guy
Mm.
that he just has no personality.
Mm.
And it just comes out as really cringy. I don't know if that's just me that thinks that, but I just can't like it. Like it's fine. I mean, I like the interactive story of it, but on the new one. you get the option to like figure out what he dresses as, figure out like tattoos and stuff. So why can't you just put your own character in there?
Yeah.
Like I I don't know. There's just something about him. I just find him just really irritatingly bland.
I mean, like, kind of like in the previous game, like they should have like what they've done is done like the create a pro mode and just kind of made him Alex Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, like they could have like even spiced it up even more. Like, say if they're interacting with your player, just like, oh hey, you. Like they wouldn't even have to go into the names.
Hmm.
But like,
Yeah. I, c-
but,
I, c-
but
I
yeah, but
can see.
there was sorry, just one thing I've just remembered. One thing I've just remembered in the new one, you get to play street football, and
That's
it's as good as it is. It's not the real mode that everyone wants, and that just upsets me even more. Continue.
yeah. Sorry for bringing up that traumatic moment. So, anything you can say on the graphics? Because that's usually quite a strong point for FIFA with like like strong licenses and
Mm.
like more stadium.
Um, yeah, the graphics were pretty much the same. They've done like one of the main selling points was to do with the player likeness, but I mean, you'd be hard pushed to tell an absolute difference between the two games. Um, so they're very, very similar. Um, other than that, no, I can't really see much of a difference. The stadium's pretty much imported from last year.
Yeah.
Not a great deal of difference between them two, to be completely honest with you in that sense.
Okay. So let's. Can you see any improvements they need to work on? Now or when FIFA 19 comes around this time next year, probably.
Um, I can think of a few. The auto player selection is apocalyptically bad.
Mm,
Like, say if the ball's going up in the air
yeah.
and you want to bring in a player to obviously come in and control it, it will choose a player that is nowhere near the ball, but they're stuck in an idle animation where they're running towards it, and it's ridiculous. Like, say if you're say if you're defending as well, and they're running down, let's say the left-hand wing,
Mm.
you've got a defender that you want to pick to close him down. It'll make you select like the defensive midfielder or like the centre back, which have just no reason for it to pick, and it's just odd. And like 17 was bad for doing this.
Mm.
18 is much worse,
Okay.
much worse for him.
Mm. Uh,
Um, as opposed to that, not really. I mean, it is a great addition from 17. Just odd, niggling little bits.
okay. And where can we find this wonderful review?
Well, my wonderful written work, xnevergaming.co.uk.
And where can we find you if we want to find you on Twitter and sort of agree with your review or disagree with your review with anger
Oi.
and fury?
And pitchforks. Um, I reside at XNVR Darren, which you can see me tweeting usually about Love Island, but sometimes I'll make an occasion where I'll talk about something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, and you can follow us at xnevergaming on via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and what other social media hasn't been invented these days.
Exactly. Anything else? We spread broad. We're broad.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.